All right, Solo Trucker, M.A.S movies and shows. And here we have the movie Evil Dead 2023. Now, I am not going to go over all the Evil Dead franchise, man. I don't think I've seen them all. I've seen quite a few of them. And I'm going to just let this one stand on its own. I'm not going to compare it to all the other movies, all the other Evil Dead movies or anything of that nature. So, originally, I wanted to go watch this movie in the theaters, but you know what? Life got in the way. I didn't have a chance to go watch it in theaters. So I watched it in the comfort of my home. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's talk a little bit about it. Um, First of all, man, the movie starts pretty fast. It starts pretty quick on a lake. You know, a couple of things happen there, and then pow, it just switches to the family that you guys see right here behind me. Before she turns to the color that she's at now. And you know, throughout the whole movie, I'm thinking about like, okay, when does the lake come into play? When do they go out camping? When does any of this happen? You know, I'm trying to make the connection. It does eventually make the connection on the very beginning of the movie to the rest of the movie. Eventually, it gets there. But most of the story actually takes place in some apartments. My goodness, Holmes, on the real, these are some depressing, scary apartments. Apparently, it used to be a bank and they're going to tear the building down. There's not a lot of people that live there. They said, hey, we got to move out. We got about a month. We're going to move out. It takes place with a single mother and her kids. Um, two teens and one little girl. And the sister comes from vacation or whatever. She's kind of like a rock and roller chick. And she didn't really know that her husband had left or whatever. So there's, you know, it's a broken family now. There's a little bit of turmoil going on. And now they got to move as well because the building's going to get torn down. And rightfully so, man, because this building is just, like I said, it's scary, it's depressing, it's holy smokes, man. People shouldn't be living in that dang building. Earthquake takes place when they go out for some pizza, the kids that is, go out for some pizza, come back, they realize there's a big hole on the ground. They go down there, there's a bank vault. They find something there. I'm not going to ruin that for you guys. I'm not going to ruin too much for you guys, but they find something there, take it upstairs. They start messing with it. Pow, open up something that here comes the demon to take some human souls and bodies, Holmes. And that's basically what happens, man. And as you guys saw in the movie, I'm sorry, as you guys saw in the trailer, it takes the mom. There she is behind me hugging her kids. Takes the mom, and the whole movie takes place in one night. One night. And it all takes place there in the apartment complex. Now, I would there in the apartment because it's not really the whole complex that it takes place in. It just takes place in their apartment. So, uh, how do I rate this movie? Again, I'm not going to compare it to all the other ones. All right, I'm just gonna the one before this one that came out, I believe, in 2014. I actually did enjoy this that one. This one here, did I like it? Yeah, I liked it. However, I'm going to say this: I'm glad I didn't go watch it in the movie theaters, because it wasn't that good to go watch in the movie theaters. I don't regret watching it. It was a fun watch, a pretty good watch. But I'm glad after watching it at home, I'm like, you know what, Holmes? I'm all right, man. I'm all right. It's actually a good thing that I didn't go see it in theaters. It's not a must watch. It's not a must for dang sure. It's not a must watch in theaters, and it's not a must watch at home. But if you do got the time, it is a pretty good horror flick. However, I will say this: it's got that whole old cliche kind of thing in scary movies. You guys remember that commercial that used to come out a few years ago? I forgot what it was, what the commercial really was trying to sell you, but it was those high school kids that were running behind the chainsaws because there's this killer out there that, hey, let's run in the barn and hide behind the chainsaws. And why can't we just go, you know, jump in the running car? And it's like, are you crazy? Like doing the dumbest stuff. This movie at some point it starts getting you upset. It starts getting you mad. You're like, okay, why are you doing like some of the dumbest stuff? You know, I kind of thought scary movies had kind of gotten away from that, but this one is all over it. And yes, at some point you just start slapping your forehead like, oh goodness gracious. And you start getting a little bit frustrated and things of that nature. So, outside of that, is it a good horror flick? Yes, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Is it a must watch? Probably not, but it is a watch. I will say, go ahead, check it out. If you got a little bit of spare time, check it out. You probably won't be that disappointed. Well, you're not going to be disappointed, but you're not going to be like, oh man, this is the one. I can't believe I missed this. This is a must watch. No, it's not that, but it is good enough, man. It is good enough to check out. So, as a aside from getting frustrated here and there at times where it's like, okay, wow. And then the gore in this movie is holy smokes. I mean, there's blood all over this dang movie, man. At some point, people are swimming in blood. It is crazy. The gore in this movie is just over the hill, man. But nonetheless, I don't regret watching this movie. I thought I was entertained. You know, out of a scale from 1 to 10 in horror flicks, I would give it 6.5. 6.5. So yeah, pretty good. Not bad, man. Total Trucker Moss movies and shows. I'll catch you guys on next one.